Okay, so is it me or do you notice that the way we discuss illnesses is changing? Remember how we used to say when somebody passed or somebody was ill, oh, what happened? What's going on? How did they die? They would say, well, they had blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm noticing now that people are not really saying that they had this illness. What they're saying is they were diagnosed with it, right? They were diagnosed with this. And that was, we're supposed to assume that that's what caused the death. And it's funny because, look, I'm not here to bash. I told you the other day, I'm not here to bash the medical community. They have a place, and I know that diagnosing things is part of their job. They get it right a lot of times. A lot of times they get it wrong, and the way they deliver it sometimes leaves a lot to be desired. And the stress, the mental and emotional stress from a diagnosis can wind up being the deciding factor. I just heard a story a little while ago about a woman who didn't even know she was sick. I guess she went to the doctor for some random tests or whatever. They told her she had cancer, and then within 20 hours, she was dead. 20 hours. Meanwhile, she didn't even know she was sick. It's like, now, I guess there are, unique situations. I understand that. But I'm noticing more often than not that when people get diagnosed, a lot of times it's all downhill from there. I'm noticing that. And I'm not saying that things shouldn't be diagnosed. I'm not here to tell, medical professionals what to do. But I do feel like it goes back to what I said the other day about remembering you are not your body. If you get a diagnosis, God forbid, the first thing you have to remember is that you're not your body. That is not part of you. When Jesus did his healings, he didn't focus on the illness. He focused on the health surrounding it. Right? So we have to understand that just because a doctor a lot of us, no offense, but a lot of people worship the doctor. We've been told to worship at the altar of the medical community. And again, they have their place, don't get me wrong. And they do assist in many ways. But I also feel like the fact that it could be just me, but I really am noticing a trend now. People are not saying that somebody has a disease. They're saying that they were diagnosed with it. There is a difference. There is a difference. Like I said, this woman wasn't, it's funny. Like this woman, yeah, she had the cancer going on in her body before a diagnosis, didn't even know about it. And I know that they say, well, you got to get, So there's a case where she didn't even know she was ill. And then within 20 hours of hearing she had it, she was gone. The body's so intelligent, I mean, you hear stories now of how the body takes care of things like that. But you get one blip on the radar and all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. I'm just noticing that more and more, And look, God bless doctors. They have their place, for what they do. I could never do what they do. But I also feel like the delivery of a diagnosis and the way it's done, the fact that it's done, the fact that it's given a timeline, like a prognosis and a progression, format or whatever you want to call it. It's like you're writing someone's future for them. And I could totally see a situation. I can't speak for this lady. May she rest in peace. I think she was only like 60, I feel like, you get the doom and gloom beliefs about a certain illness. You find out you have it, and all of a sudden, it's mind over matter, and it all goes down. Now, a lot of times it goes the other way, too. It all depends on how it's received and how it's delivered and how it's, look, and I don't know what happened between the time of the diagnosis and when she passed. Those 20 hours, a lot can happen. I understand that. But the fact that she didn't even know she was sick, and then she's dead in less than a day, in less than 24 hours, she's gone. There's got to be a connection there. I'm sorry. There's got to be a connection. I'm a firm believer that many times the diagnosis is more deadly than the disease. How can you not? And the fact that people are, even if they don't realize they're doing it, maybe on a subconscious level, the fact that they're no longer saying that this person has something, but that they were diagnosed with it, it makes a huge difference, a world of difference. And I think that's part of this shift that we're on. I really do. That's a big part of it. Anyway, stay healthy, and that's all I can say. Take care.